All right, Flux crew, let's do this. Let's talk about why I spent $1,000 on an NFT. This is the most I have ever spent on any NFT, and I want to talk a little bit about why. By the way, I'm not bragging. If anything, I'm kind of embarrassed. I genuinely find it a little bit embarrassing to be like, yeah, I spent $1,000 on this JPEG, because I know how stupid that sounds to most people. Like most people, when I tell them I spent $1,000 on this, fuck it, bought my first cyberkongs, they're gonna be like, great job, bro. You spent $1,000 for 11 likes on Twitter. Good job, you fucking idiot. Like, I know that's what most people would think. You guys are my NFT audience, my crypto audience, so you might not think it's that crazy, but okay, let's talk about it. After spending way too much money on gaming NFTs throughout the crypto bear market, I felt like I wanted to try something different. And let's talk about what I mean by that. So in crypto, you're only as smart as the people around you, as your network enables you to be. The people who you talk to regularly, they're the ones who become your main sources of inspiration and your sources of news, right? You might hear like, oh my God, this new project is happening and you got to go try this thing out. It's awesome. You get in early. Like, you find out about stuff early and you find out what's good through your friends, through your community. And in crypto, you end up spending a lot of time talking to the people who hold the same NFTs, the same bags as you do. Whoever's got the same NFTs that you've got, that's like automatically supposed to be your friend. In gaming, in crypto gaming, I think this can be really problematic. As I have explored different games over the last couple of years, and especially over the last 6 months, there's been plenty of crypto gaming communities that really wanted me to go all in on their game, become an influencer for that game specifically. Parallel was probably the best example. Parallel, the community behind Parallel TCG, from top to bottom, was almost entirely very kind to me, very supportive, gifting me NFTs, supporting my stream, giving me crypto to give away to my community. There was so much support from Parallel. At the end of the day, it was kind of awkward though, because like they wanted me to go all in, right? I'm supposed to be a Parallel super fan now. And when I had a more balanced perspective, it got a little awkward. The same thing happened to a lesser extent in Big Time, where I started playing Big Time. I grinded it really hard for a week, and it's like, oh man, Flux, like, are you all in on Big Time? Are you a Big Time streamer now? I love these games, and Gods Unchained as well. Like, oh, Flux, shouldn't you just stick with Gods Unchained and be all in on that? I found myself worried that, and I think this applies to all content creators in this space, not just me. So if you're listening, this probably applies to you. I was worried that by being overly committed to any one game, I would end up with a unclear, warped perspective on crypto gaming as a whole. I felt like every time I talked to one game's community, the conversations were so one-sided. It all circles around this core theme. Aren't we so bullish? Are you bullish? I'm bullish. Yo, who's feeling bullish today? Let's do some bull tweets. If you're not bullish, if you're not like imminently excited about the future of the game, or if you're not thinking this is like a financially successful, viable investment, it's going to the moon, like if you don't feel that way, it's a huge faux pas. It's like you said something super cringe as soon as you said anything that's not bullish, that's not like financially optimistic. It just feels like if I open my mouth during a Gods Unchained stream and I say, I don't think Gods Unchained is going to be a big game in the future. If I say that, I might as well have just taken my pants off and take a shit right on your front, your front door, like right in front of it. Just, hey man, how's it going? Just drop trowel and just shit all over your goddamn house. Like, it's just like, it's like I did something so foul, the moment that I'm not bull posting and bull talking, and that can drive you crazy. It feels like having the same conversation over and over. Is this game going to moon? When is it gonna moon? How high is the token gonna go? Honestly, my brain was starting to feel numb. Just starting to feel numb from all these conversations. So I decided to take a different path. I did some really long Gods Unchained streams, like 12-hour streams, with the launch of Tides of Fate. And then a few weeks ago, I just stopped. I tried to go live once, maybe a week ago after like starting taking the break. I was going to do a shorter stream. Honestly, I went live for an hour and I just fucking ended it. It was super awkward. I was just like really like, I don't know. I just feel like I made a mistake. I shouldn't have gone live. The truth is, I just can't lock in at all right now. And it's because of this internal conflict of like not really being sure about how I feel about the whole thing. Feeling like I'm almost like sometimes like a little bit like saying things I don't think, saying things I don't believe, because like if I don't say those things, it's going to be awkward. If I'm not super bullish on Gods Unchained, especially, and the same thing happened in Parallel and Big Time, but obviously Gods Unchained, my bread and butter. If I'm not bullish AF, everyone is just cringing at me. Something about that was really messing with me. And anyway, that's when I came to the conclusion I wanted to join a PFP project, a community that has been around crypto for a long time, that isn't attached to one game in particular. I love the feeling of being in a community, but I don't love the attachment of that to having to be bullish about one random ass video game, because I just don't have enough conviction over any one game in particular right now. And so, looking at the options, most of the great PFPs are still way too expensive. Like VFriends are, I think the floor is around 2 ETH. You know, Mutant Apes are still 5 ETH plus. Way out my price range. But I looked at CyberKongz on a recommendation from someone who's been supportive of my stream. They DM'd me and they basically said, hey, you might want to take a look at CyberKongz. I think you might really like it. And I did some research and I decided, fuck it, I'm in. And so that's when I tweeted, and I had my tweet saying, I'm in, I bought it. This is a CyberKongz baby. I won't even bore you with the specifics, but basically there's 5,000 of these, 4,000 of these, plus 1,000 of the Genesis Kongs. And that's like the main PFP project. Then there's Genkais and VX. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. But long story short, I bought it. And how have I felt since buying it? So I've gotten access to the private chats in the Discord. And I know it's really easy to laugh at alpha chats and like paying to get access to these things, but I do have to say, I can't like reveal any secrets. I don't have any secrets to reveal, but CyberKongz has a channel called Wall Street Kongs, which is pretty well known, and it's one of the earliest kind of like alpha channels, PFP sort of private community channels. And I have to say, just observing, watching the conversations, participating a little bit, it is incredibly a relief to participate in a crypto community that isn't about one video game. To be able to discuss the space as a whole without the need to be particularly bullish on any one thing, it's just such a relief. In a game community, people mostly speculate over that game's assets, but in the CyberKongz community, especially in that private channel, the private part of the Discord, it's nothing to do with Kong versus Kong, who's bullish about CyberKongz. It's not about that. And I'm sure other projects, such as Bored Ape Yacht Club and other ones, might have similar vibes in their communities. It's about finding knowledge. It is, for many people, mostly about financial knowledge and investing and getting alpha. But the thing is, at the high end, finding alpha is basically about getting a very clear understanding of what's going on in the crypto industry. And I just love watching these conversations about all these new projects and all this interesting info, even if I don't really act on almost any of it because I'm not really an investor, I'm more of a content creator. It's just been cool to see conversations that aren't built entirely on like, and then Gods Unchained goes to the moon, or and then Big Time goes to the moon. It's refreshingly lacking in that sort of like bullish neurosis that I've experienced in these gaming communities. I find it so refreshing. So I'm happy for all of you, Parallel Avatars and Prime Token going absolutely crazy to the moon, which I did get to enjoy some of those gains. I have sold my avatars now. The Gods token has gone up a lot, so Gods Unchained folks, and Big Time community has been eating good for a few months now. I'm happy for all of you, but I'm very happy for myself as well. Taking a break from the bullishness, focusing on my own mental clarity. I've sold most of my gaming NFTs, not because I quit, but just because I just decided it was the right thing to do in the short term. I can always buy back into any particular game, any particular cards or decks that I need. I can always buy them again, but just releasing the grip of intensity on any one game and relaxing. God, it's been so good for my mental health. So shout outs to the CyberKongz community. having a ton of fun participating in that community on their Discord. And shout outs to everybody in all the games I've been playing lately. Looking forward to continuing to put out a ton of great gaming content. Hoping I'll get the stream going again in the relatively near future. I just got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. I still want to play more Gods Unchained sealed mode. Other than that, though, I'm not sure what the plan is. I got to think about it a little more. But yeah, that's my story. That's why I spent $1,000 on a JPEG. Yay! All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Flux signing out.